Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about now being in the Philippines 8 years. My previous top 3 retirement choices used to be Cebu, Dumaguete, Davao. After 8 years I've reevaluated. Things have changed with different cities and I've explored more, so now I have a different opinion as far as what are my top 3 cities, and one of them remains out of Cebu, Davao, and Dumaguete, and the other 2 are gone. Stick around and find out which one remains and what are the 2 new cities I recommend for top retirement living here in the Philippines. Okay guys, so back from a trip in Bacolod, and as you can probably guess, Bacolod is going to be my first top choice for retirement. Now for me, what makes a city ideal for retirement for an expat are cost of living, the health care, the expat community, climate, and of course after 8 years I start to have a better feel of than when I first moved here on really kind of how the Philippines is and really what's a good city and what's not. I look at different things and what I used to. We'll jump into that. I know there's a big elephant in the room right now, and a lot of people have a question about what's going on with Maya and I. That will all come out eventually here. We're just not ready to discuss it at this point, whether it is true, not true, or not. At some point, I will let you know. I'm not going to certainly go into detail about my personal relationship. That's really between Maya and myself. But I'll let you know and substantiate whether the rumors are true or not at some point. So moving along, Bacolod for me, a big thing that I now look for when I go to a community is, do they have transportation options besides just taking a motorbike around, and what is the traffic like? So Bacolod for me, I really like that they have the Grab taxis, something that Dumaguete does not. The air-conditioned electrical buses now, and they're really super comfortable, easy to hop on and hop off. They tell you their destination. You can, before you hop on, you can say, hey, does this go to SM City? And he'll tell you, yeah, well, this way, or he'll tell you which one to take. So it's pretty easy to maneuver. And so I like that I had a couple of options. I could park my motorbike and not really worry about that. 15 pesos in one of those aircon buses, or very inexpensive Grab taxis. I mean, I was spending 80 pesos, 120 pesos all around town, so it's really not expensive. But I also had my motorbike if I wanted to make a trip out and go see some nature somewhere. That's a huge thing, and this is why Dumaguete has now fallen off the list for me. Dumaguete just has the tricycles, and their lack of sidewalks and the amount of traffic that has increased. Also, the amount of different crimes I hear about expats versus expats, the various incidents happening. When you get to a larger community of expats, you start to have more issues. I've always said that more problems will arise between expat to expat versus expat to Filipino. And Bacolod, for me, has just the right number of expats. And also, they've got cleaner air. The traffic's not as bad as Dumaguete, believe it or not, with 600,000 plus population, much larger than Dumaguete, but they have bigger roads. They have sidewalks, they have traffic enforcers, traffic lights, and everything seems to flow okay. Are there times that the traffic comes to a standstill? Yes, but you quickly learned when you should go out, when you shouldn't. They do have a good private hospital. The infrastructure with condos, malls, a big Landers and S&R superstore make it a really good choice as far as it goes for expat retirement, in my opinion. For younger guys, for nightlife, maybe not so good. By the way, speaking of when you're coming out here just to explore and maybe check out different retirement cities that you might be interested in, you're traveling here, vacation, or you're moving out here, you really should check into travel medical. Now, as a digital nomad, finding health insurance that fits my lifestyle has always been challenging. Enter Safety Wing's new Nomad insurance plans. These plans are designed specifically for nomads like us or retirees. The essential plan covers the basics with options for like adventure sports, electronic theft, while the complete plan offers comprehensive health coverage with routine health care, mental health support, maternity. Now there's a truly flexible option no matter where in the world we go. If you're a nomad looking for borderless healthcare, you're going to want to check this out. There is a link in the description and also the pinned comment. It's a game changer because now you can do a bunch of add-ons, or you could go with just the travel medical for those who are just coming out here for a few months or so, or a couple weeks, or the guys who are going to turn this into a retirement destination, or if you're still working online or something and you're kind of like a digital nomad, that's an option for you too. So let's go into the second city for retirement. So just to recap, Bacolod takes over the position of Dumaguete. Dumaguete is no longer on my top retirement list. In fact, I would say it's not even in the top 10 anymore, to be honest. The next one for me would be Iloilo. Probably no surprise there. I did a bunch of videos recently. I really got to go back and explore. Like Bacolod, it's got good infrastructure, good roads. It has traffic lights. It's got good medical. It's got condos, housing, cleaner air, and good medical. And the people are very friendly. It is a bit more conservative than most Filipino cities that I've traveled to. So again, for a young guy who's looking to maybe want a big nightlife, Bacolod and Iloilo probably aren't your top choices. You probably want to go to Cebu and Manila and places like that for that. But if you're a retiree, then Iloilo's got really everything that you could want. It's got a lot of different things that I really like. And I do have a bunch of videos on Iloilo plus Bacolod, so you guys can check those out. And Iloilo is actually going to bump Cebu off the list. Cebu, the traffic and the homeless that come approach you, and even in Dumaguete the other day, I was at Starbucks from the second floor looking down, and I saw this homeless kid just chasing after a foreigner, like begging for money. I mean, he literally had to kind of run away, and it went for like a couple blocks. This kid ran after him, and that's not a real comfortable situation for any foreigner to come out here to be on vacation and have some homeless kid chasing after you, So Cebu falls off the list for me for various reasons. Now, if you're younger or if you're just looking to date, Cebu is probably one of the better options. Obviously, the bigger the population, the better the dating is going to be, right? It's just simple math. That leaves me with the last option, which would be Davao. Davao remains a top retirement choice for me. I still really like Davao. It's got good medical. You got people who go to school there to become doctors and nurses. Shopping malls all over, condos all over, good infrastructure. They got, I believe, S&R inlanders, I believe. Could be wrong on that. I know they at least have one of them. And I don't find the prices super expensive. You can find a variety of different, from low to high as far as it goes with accommodation. Dating probably would be fantastic. The downfall for me with Davao is it's a really big city area-wise. It's really spread out. So it's almost ideal to have your own transportation, like a motorbike, possibly a car. But they do have Grab Taxi, not Grab cars. They don't allow the Grab cars. So you can easily get around with the public transportation. I don't know about public buses or anything like that yet. I haven't seen it. As far as nightlife, they have some nightlife. They've got Matina Times Square, which has live music, a big stage. And they've got a section of bars with live music. And I think it's at Gaisano Mall. There's like a dance club at the top. So there's a variety of different entertainment for people, young and old. So as far as beaches and nature, you do have to get out a little bit. Samul Island, as far as safety, I would say Davao is just as safe as any other city in the Philippines, to be honest. I know there was a recent kidnapping with an American, but that was kind of because of stupidity. He lived in a small Muslim city, and he married a Muslim girl, and you can research it if you want. I won't go all into it, but I would say Davao. So Davao, Bacolod, and Iloilo are my top choices. And that has changed, like I said, that changed from before when it was Cebu, Dumaguete, and Davao. As far as the cost of living, I find them all to be pretty reasonable. I would say Bacolod is probably the least expensive, and Davao probably second, Iloilo third. Iloilo, it's going to depend how far away from the like Mega World and places like that you get. The condos, whenever you get a condo that's really close to a mall, they usually raise the rent prices. If the further away you are from the conveniences like a shopping mall or connected to a mall, usually the lower it is. So if you want to get an apartment or a house that's away from those amenities, then you can get lower prices. I would say lifestyle, again, Davao probably has more for younger people as far as nightly entertainment. Iloilo and Bacolod is probably more low key, more for retirement age. I found it, I love nature, so for me, Bacolod would be great. There's a lot of nature around. And there is actually beaches and nice, beautiful sandbars in like Cadiz and other areas, about an hour away or so. So it's still got a lot of nice nature nearby. The transportation, they all have public transportation. Bacolod and Iloilo probably the best. Davao would be third as far as transportation. Davao's the best on medical, pretty close with Iloilo. Bacolod third, because Bacolod really has that one private hospital that I think is really good. So again, after 8 years, I do change my mind sometimes. Either the cities themselves has changed, you know, the traffic, crime, or what have you, or often I've just explored more and I've checked out more cities. And so guess what? In another year from now, there could be another city that I add on the list and drop another one. So I usually stick with like a top three. For me, Cebu could still be kind of up there, but the traffic is a little bit of a killer for me. Dumaguete, honestly, has kind of fallen way off for me. I just, the other day I was driving on my motorbike, guy opened his car door right into busy traffic, and poor motorbike guy hit the door, flew over the door, and laid crumpled on the ground, and you could tell his arm was positioned in a weird way that you could tell it was obviously broke. And guess what? The guy starts yelling at him. The poor guy's laying there with a broke arm, yells at him, and is more concerned about the ding in his door than this poor guy who broke his arm and wrecked his motorbike and laying in the middle of the street. He's more concerned about the ding on his door and yelling at the poor guy with a broke arm laying in the road. And this guy, I used to be an insurance adjuster, so it drives me nuts that this guy would think that he's completely in the right, that he can just swing his door open in the middle of the traffic. And I see this all the time. In Dumaguete, also another thing that annoys me is the traffic enforcers, because there's no traffic lights. They will get out there to enforce traffic. And guess what? Nobody listens to them. They still kind of sneak around and go, and it's just a free-for-all, even with a traffic enforcer. In Bacolod, they have like proper training. You could see them with their hand signals, the big gloves with the white for, or the green for go and the red for stop. And they knew what they were doing, and people were listening, following the rules in the traffic lights they had all over the place. So again, that's just, again, let me know what your opinion is on some of these cities, my choices, the ones that I dropped off. And guys, as always, make sure if you're traveling out here, check out the Travel Medical. Now you can get full, complete coverage, or just for the traveler, the digital nomad type. So again, check it out. Links in the description, in the pinned comment. I'll see everyone next time. Let me know your opinions on what I had to say about the retirement, my top 3 retirement cities. And I'll see everyone next time. Ciao.